Am I going to still be the same person, have great energy, approach the game the right way, and work hard, or am I going to let that kind of bring in and affect who I am as a person? And that's not that wouldn't have been the right decision. So I still came in and worked hard, but at the end of the day, this is a business, especially when money's involved. I have to be prepared for a franchise to make business decisions, and I just have to live with it. Like, those are my bosses. Those are that are making those decisions. I have no say in that. I am not going to throw a fit if something happens in the business. It's a business, but I can control what I can control, which is my attitude and my effort.
I can control what I can control, which is my attitude and my effort. But at the end of the day, he understands that this is his job, and there's a whole business side, to this that is not personal. You know what I mean? In that regard, it's not personal for him, at least anyway, or that at least he's not willing to take personally, and that is very admirable. I really just want to, I think, respectfully, as I listen to him, understand his approach and understanding his approach. I want to make sure that I'm careful in how I use my platform and how I use my voice in communicating about this, whether I am online or whether I'm offline, to respectfully deliver my opinion in the energy that this kid has and with the focus. Because armed now with this information, I can kind of diffuse some of the frustration and anger that most people have by saying, yeah, but this kid's mindset is incredible around it, and I can be excited about that. So hopefully I can transfer some of that, to them, right? And so kudos to Quincy and having, this kind of mindset and mentality, man. Kudos to his parents, who did a phenomenal job raising this young man. He seems very, very, again, just grounded in his beliefs and in his principles. He stands for something and he believes in it, and he's just going to trust, that God has his back. And that is beautiful, to see in a young man. Yo, what's good, everybody? My name is Cosmic, and I want to welcome you to my channel, Opinion Stated, where I give unfiltered, opinionated sports takes. Let's go. Yo, what's good, everybody? My name is Cosmic. I want to welcome you back to my channel, Opinion Stated, and I've got a great episode planned for you today. If you just took a look at that little snippet from a previous episode I filmed about 2 months ago on the subject of Quincy Olivari, then you know exactly what direction I'll be headed into in this episode. Really quickly, before I dive deep into the content, if you haven't already done so, please like the video. Liking the video helps us cruise along Algorithm Avenue, helps us to get into the presence of individuals just like yourself who are interested in this kind of content. Also, subscribe to the channel so that obviously you can be in the know of these kinds of episodes when they're uploaded. Click that notification bell to be notified as well. And man, here we go. I'm jumping right into this one. This episode I'm entitling Quincy Olivari Cut from the LA Lakers. So I produced an episode 2 months ago just on the outrage and I say the outrage, selective outrage for many. But the overall outrage of most people who are fans of Quincy Olivari, or just basketball fans. Those or some who may have taken the position that, man, this young man deserved better, especially in terms of contractually, given that Bronny James was signed to a guaranteed 4-year contract, albeit that he was drafted when Quincy was not. It was a thought process or notion that, from a whole bunch of us, that, man, it could quite frankly come down to Quincy not, being signed at all, being kind of under the Lakers' thumb. But as it would stand, he would go on to sign an Exhibit 10 contract first, and then a two-way contract, an Exhibit 10 contract just to get him through Summer League in the preseason, and then a two-way contract, which will give him that ability to play in the G League and go back and forth between the G League and the Lakers roster, which he appeared in a couple games this season for the LA Lakers. For the majority of his time as an NBA pro, though, he was featured player on the G League affiliate for the LA Lakers. I don't even know the name of the team. I can't even think of it right now. But anywho, Just yesterday, it was breaking news that Quincy Olivari was cut from the G League affiliate or from the LA Lakers as an organization. So unfortunately, after leading the team in scoring, it wasn't enough. The young man has been released from the LA Laker team. I wish that I could say I was disappointed. I wish I could say that I did not know this. Many of us, kind of preemptively predicted that this would happen. And I'm excited that he actually got the opportunity to showcase his ability, to show off a little bit more so that other organizations could see him and, give him an opportunity, which I'm certain he'll receive an opportunity to be signed by some other NBA team coming up here very soon. I'll keep you guys posted as to that. This is, again, my second video on Quincy. The first I will link in the description, or I'll just make sure that I highlight it at the end of this video so that you can click on it and go back and watch that video. But a lot of great information in that one. But I want to get into an article in this episode that I found on lakeshowlife.com. So I want to dive into that article. And, very quickly, the article published yesterday on lakeshowlife.com was written by a Maxwell Ogden, so authored by Maxwell Ogden. But that article is entitled "Lakers Create Another Scottie Pippen Jr. Scenario with Quincy Olivari Move." While most know the Los Angeles Lakers for their star-chasing habits, they've recently helped set the standard for unearthing diamonds in the rough. Los Angeles has struck gold in the most unexpected of places, helping undrafted free agents such as Alex Caruso, Scottie Pippen Jr., and Austin Reeves achieve notoriety. Unfortunately, for as successful as the Lakers have been in that regard, they've also begun to establish themselves as a team with a painful tendency to let affordable talent get away. Despite the fact that Caruso had established himself as a top-tier defender, Los Angeles let him walk in free agency in 2021. The same occurred with Pippen Jr. in 2024, as his star caliber showings in the G League were overlooked at a time when the Lakers desperately needed depth. Unfortunately, history may be repeating itself with the latest news to emerge from Los Angeles. Quincy Olivari is a Laker no more. The Los Angeles Lakers waived two-way guard Quincy Olivari. Sources told Hoops Hype. Olivari has averaged 17.2 points, including 40.6% from the three-point range, 4.4 assists, and 4.4 rebounds for the South Bay Lakers in the G League. He's expected to draw interest in free agency. One of the best stories of the 2024 preseason, Olivari looked like the latest undrafted steal for the Lakers until he no longer was. Olivari burst onto the scene when he scored 11 points in just 9 minutes during a preseason game against the Milwaukee Bucks. Just over a week later, the stage was his as he played 39 minutes during the Los Angeles Lakers preseason finale at the Golden State Warriors. Olivari took the opportunity in stride, going off to the tune of 22.7 rebounds and 2 assists on 8 of 16 shooting from the field and a 5 of 9 mark from beyond the arc. In response, the Lakers completed the best story of the preseason by signing Olivari to a two-way contract. He's done just as well under those circumstances, averaging 17.2 points, 4.4 assists, 4.4 rebounds, and 3.2 three-point field goals made in the G League. Olivari has lived up to the hype as a lights-out three-point shooter, posting a slash line of, dig this, 42% shooting from the field, 40% shooting from three, and 71% shooting from the free throw line in a featured role for the South Bay Lakers. Unfortunately, the Lakers will now proceed in a different direction, thus opening the door for history to repeat itself. Olivari has all of the tools to develop into an NBA caliber player and find a prominent role in a team's rotation. As such, one can't help but draw the comparisons between Olivari and Pippen, another undrafted player Los Angeles could have signed long-term on a team-friendly deal. Between the tip-off tournament and the regular season, Pippen played 52 games for the South Bay Lakers. He averaged 22.2 points, 5.3 rebounds, 5.3 assists, 3.7 rebounds, and 1.7 steals per game in 2022-23. and put up 20.2 point 6.1 assists, 5.4 rebounds, and 2.4 steals in 2023-2024, only for the Memphis Grizzlies to sign him, where he presently holds it down. Shout out to Scottie Pippen Jr. Olivari hasn't yet reached that level of play, but if his performances over the past 3 to 4 months are a sign of things to come, the Lakers just let yet another diamond in the rough get away. So, again, I wanted to highlight that article from LakeShowLife.com in just kind of, to bring folks up to speed who maybe haven't heard, and also to highlight some of his numbers. I mean, clearly, it could be thought that, man, maybe he just didn't do a good job. You know what I mean? Maybe he wet the bed. You know what I mean? Like maybe he just wasn't good enough. He just didn't measure up, you know, against the G League competition, and also maybe even some of his G League teammates. You know what I mean? But man, with 17.2 points a game, I just feel like the 40-40-71 split is crazy. You know what I mean? Like that's insane. Good numbers for this kid to put up. But I knew that the Lakers will squander the opportunity, so I'm actually happy and excited that another team. I don't like the way that the two-way contract kind of locks these players into. I expressed in that other episode that I said I would link in this video by going to take a more comprehensive look at the two-way contracts and the Exhibit 10 contracts, etc. But I don't like the way that the NBA sort of handcuffs these kids so that nobody else, if they wanted to, could sign them, even though they're in the G League, trying to work on their game and develop. Now, I get it if a team, his intent to actually sign this kid and do the right thing, or any of these kids and do the right thing by them long term. You know what I mean? But in instances like this, it's like, man, you guys, I mean, yeah, you cut them a little contract, but some other team probably could have signed them, and now still it doesn't matter. The stage is set for another team to sign them. So all things are not lost. Instead of being outraged by this, again, I'm celebrating Quincy because I believe in the kid as a basketball player, 5-year proven star between Xavier and Rice, 19 points a game, collegiate average. So the kid is he's a very, very good basketball player. He's shown us that he can be a very good basketball player on this level. And so, I feel like that's enough to just carry the good energy for him without, pointing the finger or speaking conspiracy and what have you. Like, it really, to me, it doesn't matter. I'm more excited that Quincy will get an opportunity to get away from that toxicity of the Lakers franchise. Sorry, Lakers fans, I'm just speaking the truth. You know what I mean? But he gets a chance to get out of that toxic environment and gets a chance to get, like under the tutelage and respectfully, with another organization that hopefully would be able to do right by him. But again, in that episode, I, said a bunch of things. I shared a bit of a snippet, in the intro here, but I also want to just share in closing because Quincy's attitude, man, was so good in that previous episode. I shared a lot of sound bites from an interview that he did. So I definitely encourage you guys to go back and take a listen to some of the things that he was, kind of expressing and how he expressed himself very eloquently and very, intelligently. But this kid is just incredible. His mindset is amazing. He's got a great head on his shoulders. He approaches with a focus and a mentality that I feel like, anybody at any age range can glean, from a lot of wisdom from. So I want to really quickly just share a clip of that episode that I'm encouraging you to go back and watch the full episode of. But I just want you guys to take a listen to the maturity of Quincy Olivari and man, just get a load of this kid. You know what I mean? What's there not to like?
At the end of the day, like college and NBA is different. This is my actual job. So I'm excited. I would say a goal of mine would be to, I guess, sign an NBA contract. But
It's a good goal.
even at that, like I said, the business things I can't control. I can control how hard I play, how many people I positively affect, and how I approach every day. So I would say not letting my biggest goal might be to not let the business side affect who I am as a person.
Wow. Just wow, bro. So again, this kid's realism and the way that he's approaching this entire situation, my heart goes out to him. Obviously, I am cheering him on. I'm rooting for him in the grand scheme of things, but he does understand, man, that this is a business in sports. The competition also takes place outside of your hands. in the boardrooms or the back offices as these individuals are making decisions, that affect these players' lives, by and large, on a larger scale. But it is their decision to give those contracts and award those contracts to whomever they want, whomever they so desire. It's not always fair, and it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. So kudos to him for having as a chief goal, in wrapping up there, is just to not allow, the business side of it to change who he is as a person, even if things should not happen to work out, in his favor, or meaning favorably where he signed, to a roster. However, I can literally guarantee that at this point, and especially with the information that I want to get into moving forward here, there's not an NBA team at this point that if the Lakers drop the ball on this kid moving forward, who won't swoop right in and and do the right thing by him. So essentially that's what I'm expecting. I'm expecting for an NBA franchise to do the right thing by this young man. So go Quincy, go, man. Sprout wings, young brother, and we're encouraged to see you fly in a better situation. So that's been the basis of this particular episode. Quincy Olivari has been cut from the LA Lakers, which is a great thing. I don't think it's a bad thing at all. But I'm looking forward to seeing what happens with his NBA career. Moving forward, kid has an enormous, upside and great potential, and he can just flat out ball. You know what I mean? So we'll see what happens moving forward. But again, I'll catch you guys in the next episode. Until then, take care of yourselves. Blessings.